Hello, welcome to Accounting Hub. I'm Professor George Scarpin, PhD in Accounting, and our topic today is confidence interval with a known standard deviation using Tableau. And here Tableau for charting. In my opinion, the best software for charting, not so good for calculation, so we also need an Excel to do our calculations. And by the way, to know more about the calculations of confidence interval, we have a video about that where we explain it using Excel. So the video is in our video description. And here, remember, when a known standard deviation, when a standard deviation is known. If we don't know the standard deviation, then it is another calculation. And by the way, we also have a video about that, and the video is in our video description too. Okay, so here confidence interval is a range of values between which the value of the population parameter is believed to be, along with the probability that the interval correctly estimates the true or unknown population parameter. This probability is called the level of confidence, denoted by 1 minus alpha, where alpha is the number between 0 and 1. So the level of confidence is usually expressed as a percent. Common values are 90, 95, or 99%. For a 90% confidence interval, if we choose 100 different samples leading to 100 different interval estimates, we would expect that 90% of them would contain the true population mean. So if we work with 100 different assets, for instance, or election polls, with 95% of level of confidence, in 95 times we will be right, in 5 we will be wrong. And here the confidence interval, we have a lower level and upper level. Usually on textbooks, we go on only one asset or only one scenario, and then Excel is okay. However, what if we are working with multiple scenarios or multiple assets? Just like our Excel scenario here. We are a car rental and we have 5 classes of cars. So 80 economy cars, 120 compact, 75 mid-size, 60 standard, and 65 full size. And okay, what is the useful life? So what is the useful life of these assets? It's extremely important for financial accounting. Then we are able to know our depreciation expense. So the sample average useful life in miles, 150,000 miles, 175, 190, 140. And the standard deviation, remember, for this method, we must know the standard deviation. 18,500, 22 and 400, 25 and 200, and so on. And here we have 3 intervals. So confidence interval of 90, then the alpha is 10, and we need the alpha to find the error using the confidence.norm. If you want to go deeply on this formula, our video on Excel, remember that. And then we have the interval, the lower, the average, and the upper level. However, if we want to chart these, let's compare all of these 5 assets, our intervals, and so on. On Excel, it's not good. And even on Tableau, if we want to go on this scenario here, it will be a mess because Tableau works with columns. And then on this column here, we are with percentage numbers and numbers in miles. So for Tableau, we do this one here. So the description error, that is this error here. Error as percentage of average, if we want to compare the relative errors, and then the lower level of our interval, the average and upper level for each of the assets and the 3 confidence interval, 90, 95, and 99. And then this one we can charge. This one we can charge on Tableau. So let's close it. And remember, Tableau is not a database, so we will grab our numbers from Excel. Let me find it here. And okay, we have two sheets, one with the Excel data and one the data format on Tableau. So here is our Tableau file. And okay, let's do our chart. And there are tons of different charts. One's good, one's not that good. So okay, let's go to our assets here. Compact, economic, full size, mid size, and standard. And our three confidence intervals. And here, so confidence interval. So here we are summing all of our numbers. The lower level, and so 600K, we have no 600K on our data. If we just go back to our data, they are 140, 150. So we need to add our description here. And then, okay, the average, the lower level, upper level, but we also have our errors. We don't want the errors here. So how do we skip it? We filter. So filters, we don't want the errors. Okay, now it's getting better. So average, lower, and upper. So I will go on from the lowest to the highest. But now that is not a pretty interval here. So if we are working with interval, we have the lower and the maximum number. This kind of chart, we call them box and whisker plots. So let's go on box and whisker plots, and whoa, we are almost there. We are combining our classes here. We are combining our assets. So what do we need to do? Let's move assets to columns. And then instead of asset as detail, we remove it and we go with the description on detail. And now see how pretty is not that pretty yet. But here we have our intervals. But not so pretty because we have all of these empty spaces here because our chart, so the standard for Tableau is starting a chart on 0. So let's take them out. So double click on the axis, uncheck this include 0. Oh, now they are prettier. And if we want to label the numbers here, so for the 90, I think on label, and then, but here we only label the, not all of them, so I don't like this labeling. Okay, the first one is good. But the second one is not pretty, so now it's pretty. The third one, now it's pretty too. So here, wow, the highest intervals here are for the, let's move myself here. Okay, it is for the mid-size, either for the 90, 95, and 99. And see that the lowest is my confidence interval, and then the narrows is my number. So the lower is our confidence interval here. The narrow will be the numbers between the lower and upper level. And why? Because, okay, I want to be right in only 90% of the times. So, okay, we can be narrow because on 10 we will be away of that. However, I want to be right in 100% or 99%. So my interval is larger. Okay, so we have our pretty one, and then let's call it box and whisker. So let's call it box. We can face a second scenario here with the numbers, the confidence intervals. And then let's filter the descriptions again. We only want these three. And then let's go on asset. Let's go on description. So here for our intervals and so on, and let's combine them here. Whoa, we have all of them here, but what can we do now? We can filter for assets too. And then if we show filter, so okay, we can work with only the 99%. So the average, the lower, and the upper, or we can do it here. So compact, only the 99%, but also the 95 and also the 90. For the compact, economic, full size, mid size, and standard. And we can also filter the assets. So, okay, why is this so good? Because I want only the compact and only the 95% interval. And then we can go here, and then because we are sorting the number, lower, average, and upper. Or we don't want to go to the average, only to the lower and upper, because we wanted the interval. So the interval is around here, the lowest number for our useful life, the highest number for our useful life. So let's work on all here and all here. We will filter them better later. So here, let's call them combined or the intervals. It will be better because we will be doing a second one. So let's duplicate it. And then instead of calling intervals, we will be calling them errors. And then on description, edit, let's check only the error. So these are the error for these intervals. And then let's go here. We want the same filter. So we want to apply for all using related sources. Okay, and this one, it is not possible to do it because we are working with measure names. And then here on description for the errors and count of Tableau. Okay. And now the same with duplicates, or if we cannot do that, so we can come here. Yes, I think that is good. And then duplicate again. Error in percentage. And then the description, we edit filter and only go on error on percentage. And here we are. And then we can create a dashboard. So a box to check all of the intervals. And then the intervals. Here, let's remove this count of Tableau. And we are good. And then here we want to check only the 90 and 95 or whatever. And we can create a second dashboard. So this dashboard, we will call them intervals or confidence intervals. And a second one for errors. Errors in miles and in percentage. Oh, and by the way, here we can add a title. So show title here, and then the errors. We will go one error here, one error here, and then we need to go on two different filters because we cannot link the filters. So here, I want to go only with the 95%, and then the 95% here, the values, and we can change the format here. Oh no, it doesn't worth the, so the, oh, format here, and then numbers, percentage. So, okay, here we have our errors and then the error here. And we can delete this value. It doesn't work for anything. So just come here on title, delete it. Our chart will be pretty now. Value, we also delete it. And then intervals, we can also delete the value because we are not working with this. And then the box. Now this is important. This is our confidence intervals. So see how pretty they are. So here our errors and so on, and we can compare with our average, and then we can do a lot of very good stuffs. Or what we can also do here, we can go here on intervals. Let's duplicate it. And here we want to check the average. So edit filter, only the average. I will explain you later why. And let's delete this error in percentage. It's quite the same as the error. So let's delete it. Oh, we cannot delete it because it is on a dashboard. Now we can delete it. And then errors and average. And then here, average. And see, for instance, here, for the full size, the average, they are the same here, but here, see that let's go only for the 95%. It will be easier. The error, compact, and economy, they are almost the same, 4,000 and 4,000. But the average is pretty higher on compact. Why? Because the error, it is related to the sample size. The larger the sample, the lower the error. So here the average higher, but the error is the same. And then here, the error is greater on full size, but it is not the greatest average. So probably compact and mid-size, they have larger samples. So let's open it here and let's double check it. Come on, Excel. So here, compact, lower error comparing to economy, compact 120, economy 80. And the other ones, uh, full size and mid size, full size 65, 75 for mid size. So their standard deviation is lower and the sample size is larger, so it is kind of related here. So we have here some very nice dashboards and see, and I want to compare only the compact and economy. So here, compact, economy, and that's it. So it is kind of dynamic here on the intervals as well. If we go only on the compact, see how the interval is going up. So it is kind of dynamic too. Okay, guys, interesting, huh? So that is how we charge confidence intervals on Tableau. We can do magic on these dashboards and these charts. So guys, thank you so much. Questions or comments, please leave them here or email me at jscarpin@gmail.com. Have a very nice day and God bless you.